Jamesy! Welcome back! I am back. Isn't this exciting? Hi!
Hi!
Namaste. Yes, it's exciting. You've missed me, right? I know, you've missed me. My corny jokes and my awkwardness on camera. Of course you missed me. I found out something new about myself. When I video, apparently when I'm not sitting in front of the camera, when I'm just kind of holding it and videoing myself as I walk somewhere, I am incredibly shaky. Like, my camera looks like a staggering person all over the place. So I apologize, the stuff I'm going to be sharing is not the best quality. I'm aware of that and I'm so sorry. But it's memories, and I think you want to see them, right? Of course you do. So, without any further ado, let's get started. So our travel schedule looks something like this. We left the United States from Dulles and we flew about 14 hours and had a layover in Doha, and then from Doha we went to Nepal. And Doha is a fun part of the trip because I really like seeing it. It's different than anywhere else I've ever been. It's a very rich country, it's a very modern country. So I did a lot of videoing while I was there just to take in all the sights, and I will share that with you in case you're curious to see what Doha looks like. So Doha is filled with all sorts of artistic presentations. My favorite part was the people from Europe, lots of different Asian countries, Middle Eastern countries, and of course there was lots of shopping options. Everything from jewelry to clothes, handbags, toy stores, you name it, it was there in Doha. So there was lots to see. And we really didn't see much outside the airport except for in the evening, where I can't really video much in the evening, but this is one of my favorite parts of Doha, the drive from the airport to the hotel where we stayed during our layover. Look at these lights. It's like street lights, but they're different. They have inscriptions on them, if you look closely, and they're lit up from the inside. Of course, then we went to the hotel. It was gorgeous. Great customer service. They just wait on you hand and foot.
I can't see what I'm doing. Hi. This is the hotel room in Qatar. It's very nice.
We have everything that we need, basic necessities. You know, you have a Western style bathroom, which was nice when you don't feel up to dealing with something different than what you're used to, and simple but basic accommodations. I wish we would have been there longer so we could have explored more. At the same time, I was really ready to get to Nepal and get to work.
Hi, welcome to Doha. So we've been traveling for I think about 12 hours in the air. I don't know how many since I left my house. But we've got a group of 6 of us and we are headed to Nepal, and we're at a layover right now. We have enough time to go out and get a hotel, which is fantastic. We can lay down in peace and sleep in a bed. And tomorrow we've got another approximately 5-hour flight till we land in Nepal. Cannot wait to get there. We're all a little sleepy right now, if you cannot tell by my face. So I'm going to be making a video journal, I think, as we go along. To me, the most exciting part of our trip is going to be visiting with Christians and seeing the work that they're doing there, and how God is just doing amazing things there. But because Nepal is kind of unsteady, sometimes it's okay to be a Christian, sometimes it's looked on with disfavor by the government. I'm not going to do a whole lot of showing you a lot of people we're going to be interacting with there, just for their privacy. But I'll show you some of the public things that we're doing, like when we go shopping, or different things that we're going to do that for fun. And I'll show you what I can with the work that we're doing, because I just think if you need to share, you'll really like seeing what's going on. So we're going to be working with a child sponsorship program, basically, to give you an overview. And yeah, can't wait to get to work. We're going to hit the ground running because we have about 2 or 3 hours worth of work to do when we get there, and it's going to be in the evening, so we have to get that done before we go to bed that night, because we're starting early the next day. Yay! Love a time crunch. So I'm going to hit the sack and try to get some snooze before we head out to get on the plane again. We're leaving at 5 in the morning. We traveled all over Nepal. We kind of had a base station, and then we would go on day trips out from there, or maybe 2 or 3 days away and then come back. Traveling in Nepal is really interesting. Like, can't explain it unless you've done it. So bear in mind, this is coming from a girl who grew up in a fairly small city, but I want you to take a look at some of the driving that we did here. I have way too much footage that I brought back of just us on the road. But pay attention to the vehicle in front of us right here. They're about to pass the truck in front of them. And what they're doing seems pretty basic and straightforward, right? But that's actually very unusual in Nepal that they had all that space between them and the truck they were passing. This is a little bit more like it. Again, I want you to pay attention to the fact that there are no guardrails on the outside edge of this road. But even that right there was still a lot of space in Nepal. This is what we're talking about right there. Yep, that happens all the time. And I suppose if you're used to that, it's not even worth filming. But coming from somebody who did not grow up on roads where traffic is like this, it's fascinating to watch how skilled they are, because they do this all the time and I've never seen anybody hit. This is something that's also very common in Nepal. Long traffic lines backed up for hours just on the mountainside, or hillside rather. Alright, this is one of my favorite areas in Nepal. It's Trisuli, and we can see a beautiful view of the valley here, but the roads that we are on, even though it may not look like it, they are covered with several inches of dust that made it almost like driving in flour, and we got stuck multiple times trying to get up to the tops of the hills here on this day. Quite the adventure. It's so bouncy! Hi! Say hello.
This is dancing road.
I'm going to call this dancing road. You can see why. We're all dancing in the back seat here. We were on a lot of dancing roads on this trip, but of course then you have the city driving. So many pedestrians and people on bikes, and of course other vehicles. You just have to be patient, apparently, going through all this, and that's not something that I'm used to, but I did kind of like seeing it. I'm glad I wasn't the one driving. In all of this traveling through Nepal, I've just learned that they seem to be a little bit more laid back than we are. But I haven't shown you half of what we did, but I didn't want to bore you either, so hopefully you enjoyed seeing these clips of what it's like to be on the road there.
Have a great rest of your day. I'll talk to you later.